I think I'm going to set up the aquaponics system. If you've been following along, you probably know that I threw my old trailer bed down in my geothermal to use it as a grow bed, and another guy was nice enough to send in this tank so that I can start an aquaponics system. I'm not sure if putting all the brackets together for the tank was more difficult or lifting this heavy ass trailer up onto these posts, but it was a lot of work to get this started. I ordered a 10 by 40 billboard not too long ago because it was on sale for half off, and I'm going to use some of it to line my grow bed. I cut a piece that looked like it didn't have any pinholes in it, and I made sure that it wrapped around the outside to make it look nice as well. There it is. 470 gallon tank at the bottom there, and then a 4 foot by 8 foot grow bed roughly. And we'll do the math and figure it all out, but I might end up only using like half of the tank so that if for some reason something goes wrong and things shut down and it would potentially flood, it'll just fill the tank back up. But I haven't done too much math or thought about that part yet too much because, well, it doesn't matter that much until I got the system set up. So HIPAA makes products and offers services for home and garden enthusiasts. I've only done really minimal research on aquaponics so far, and it seems like we can just build a really simple system that has a bell siphon, a filter, and a bubbler. So that's probably what I'll do. I'm going to do some more research, of course, before I go ahead, but I think that I can basically build a really simple filter, basically like a 5-gallon bucket with kind of like shade cloth in it, and I can pump water up through it. Any algae or bio can just kind of collect in that and build up, and I can pull it apart, rinse it out, and throw the sunshade cloth back in there to filter things out. And then there'll be a bell siphon. So once the grow bed fills with a certain amount of water, it will overflow into the bell siphon and it'll flow back down into the tank. And so the pump pumps water back up and through the filter, and then it fills to a certain level. The siphon pulls it out and back into the tank. And then we want to keep a large amount of oxygen in the tank if we're going to do trout. And that's the basic plan for now, really basic. But I don't see why it'll be a problem. There's a lot of people that have successful aquaponic systems out there. I know that there's some pessimists in the comments, but I don't know what it'll hurt to give it a shot. It can't be rocket science. Something tells me we'll work it out. And I still need to reinforce the blocks here. These are 2 feet 6 inches up. This is 2 feet tall. And so that gives us 6 inches between the tank and here. And this also comes out a little further, so it makes it easy to access. The front being transparent is kind of nice, but I don't know if... We'll see what happens. Obviously, we don't want algae to build in there. This is an old billboard tarp. I ordered a 10 foot by 40, and I'm reusing it. So it was a used billboard, but I looked at it and it doesn't seem to have any punctures. So this shouldn't have a problem holding water. And I'll fill this with lava rock. I'll fill the grow bed with lava rock, whether that's halfway full or whatnot. I've got to do the math to get it exact. And that shouldn't be a problem. And then something else I saw on somebody else had a greenhouse and they had an aquaponic system. This morning I just searched like rainbow trout aquaponic system, and this one video came up, and this guy had a greenhouse similar to this one, but his is more Wallapini styled, and he has a system about this size in there. And then up above he built a trellis, and he has a little hydroponic system, and he's got strawberries growing up there. And I thought that's pretty cool. You know, it wouldn't take a huge pump to maybe pump up some water and have like a little more of a hydroponic system coming out of the aquaponic system. And then in the corner he had a rock feature and it was water falling down, and something like that would be really pretty cool in a greenhouse like this. It only makes sense to have the right tools. Right now HIPAA's offering between 10 and 15% off on their website. HIPAA helps customers get their machines up and running without time-consuming and costly services. HIPAA makes products and offers services for home and garden enthusiasts. HIPAA makes tools that are specifically designed for DIYers to help them fix carburetors and other machinery like your lawnmower and weed whacker around your home or homestead. Having a carburetor kit like this one that has every individual tool that you'll need, instead of having to hunt around all your toolboxes through the homestead or your home, makes working on projects that much easier. HIPAA helps customers get their machines up and running without time-consuming and costly services. If you guys want to check out HIPAA, the links are down below. There's many benefits to having the aquaponics system because I can grow rainbow trout, which is my goal. I've had people tell me I can't do it, but I want to give it a shot. I'm pretty sure I can. And if I can't, then we'll try something else. But rainbow trout grows pretty fast. It gets to commercial size in 9 months. If you harvested them every year, that's about when they plateau on growth. And you'd have some big fish. Then there's the benefits of the water afterwards. All the nutrients in it can be used for fertilizer. A few of the pessimists in the comments, their biggest concern is pH, and like it's a catastrophe. And I understand that fish want one pH and plants want another, but within a system, you can't look at it in micro sections. It's a system. So you have to look at a macro solution or situation and the macro pH. And maybe you can't have a flawlessly ideal pH for a fish or a flawlessly ideal pH for a plant, but you can have a pretty good pH for both. And within that system, a thriving system. I'm just out here trying to build a frugal and sustainable homestead, and I'm going to gamble and have fun and experiment with some things along the way. So I hope that doesn't bother you too much. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. Subscribe if you'd like to learn more about my homestead. Hey, if you're interested in my herbal tea business, I'll put the video up here where I talk about what got me to start my herbal tea business and whatnot. And down the road, we might grow some of my herbs in that hoop house that we just set up. So we'll see what happens, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.